What's happening, baby?
Everything's happening.
It's all happening.
skill is extraordinary.
All transmitters to full. All receivers to boost. This is Big Beef calling. This is Big Beef calling with this, the latest transmission of It's All Happening, your weekly soundtrack via the Cultural Liberation Front. I'm Andy Valeri, producer and host of the program, thanking you for making It's All Happening part of your day. We're here for the hour, broadcasting what needs to be cast each and every week on your radio dials and internet streams. Starting off today's program with some old-school audiophonic rebellion from David Bowie and his Dogs of Diamond. We've got more Rebel sounds ahead, including from Steve Earle, Cedric Watson, Duane, Eddy, J.Period, and much, much more. So keep your dial tuned right here and your volume knobs turned way up because
It's all happening.
Now we gonna get down.
Julian Assange is famous for exposing the American empire and exposing the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. But actually, I think he should be famous for exposing the Western media. The Western media have mobilized in support of Julian Assange, who is a colleague, and he would be a free man now. In a democratic society with an independent press, every single major newspaper would have been campaigning from the day he went into Belmarsh prison. The Western mainstream media and corporate media is not a check on power, it's an accessory to power, and he exposed that. And I think partly the reason mainstream journalists hate him is because he exposed it.
Enlightened man cannot be enslaved. That is difficult. And he cannot be imprisoned. Every genius who has known something of the inner is bound to be a little difficult to be absorbed. He is going to be an upsetting force.
That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the world heavyweight champion of beats. Me and the boys, we gonna keep on rocking. Is that all right? Now we gonna get down.
In the 1770s, Americans, both native-born and immigrant, not only fought a war for independence, they also rejected kings and aristocrats and created an historically unprecedented democratic republic. In the 1860s, farmers, workers, and the slaves themselves not only defeated the traitorous Southern Confederacy and sustained the Union, they also redeemed the Declaration's promise by bringing an end to black bondage. In the 1930s, in the shadows of the worst economic and social catastrophe in U.S. history, working men and women mobilized. They not only mobilized to reform government, provide relief, pursue economic recovery, transform the American landscape, and rebuild the nation's public infrastructure, but also to fight. They mobilized in labor unions, housewives' campaigns, and civil rights organizations. They mobilized to fight for their rights against the economic royalists, reactionary politicians, and white supremacists who sought to deny them their rights. And then in the 1940s, they not only went all out to beat fascism by turning the United States into the arsenal of democracy, by creating a military force of 16 million men and women, 1 of every 8 Americans, and by shipping overseas to fight for the 4 freedoms, they also continue to fight for those freedoms here at home in the United States.
3, 4.
Political and social change requires a change of the heart as well as a change in the mind. And these are both done through media and culture. So it's one thing to have battles and revolutions, but you actually need to change the way people think or show them possibilities.
Changer le monde. Dis-moi ça c'est l'évolution, mais toi t'y connais. On veut tout changer le monde. Mais quand tu parles de la destruction, tu connais que tu peux pas compter. va d'être tout connaît, tout connaît, tout connaît. Tu dis qu'il y a une vraie solution, mais toi tu connais. On veut tout voir le plan. T'as demandé pour une contribution, mais toi tu connais. On a fait faire tout ça qu'on peut. Mais si tu veux l'argent des malfaiteurs, tout ça je peux dire mon frère, faut espérer. Tu connais, ça va d'être. Tout connaît, tout connaît, tout connaît. Changer la constitution, mais toi tu connais. On aimerait voir changer ta tête, mais toi tu dis ça c'est l'institution. Mais toi tu connais. Faut libérer ton idée. Et si t'as une photo de Chairman Mao, pas arriver n'importe comment. Et tu connais, ça va d'être. Tu connais, je te garantis. Tu connais, oh ouais. Tu connais. Tu connais. Tu connais, tu connais, tu connais. Tu connais.
Yeah, you know, my husband actually made a really good statement about why veterans may be choosing to keep their head in the sand, because he's a 12-year Navy vet, and he said the reality of someone finding out that what they did during their time in the military wasn't for the greater good and actually was for the elite is so heavy that facing that would mean we might have a lot more Aaron Bushnell.
They call us the rebel kind, but they don't understand the things a man must do to prove that he's a man. It's not easy, but I don't mind. I just wanna run with the rebel kind. We live in a two-room flat and barely make the rent. just wanna run with the rebel kind. Well, I just wanna run with the rebel kind.
Dad, you told me. You said you want me to tell the truth. Now, didn't you say that?
This was not unique. It's the same kind of humiliation that takes place every day in many parts of the world. The relentless tyranny of governments that deny their citizens dignity. Only this time, something different happened. After local officials refused to hear his complaints, this young man, who had never been particularly active in politics, went to the headquarters of the provincial government, doused himself in fuel, and lit himself on fire. There are times in the course of history when the actions of ordinary citizens spark movements for change because they speak to a longing for freedom that has been building up for years.
Please clap.
You're listening to It's All Happening, your weekly provision of audiophonic antidote to the commoditized disinformatia of our time. It's All Happening is a production of Strategic Air Command, where giving peace a chance is our profession. For more information on the music and information you're hearing on this program, including playlists and source links, please feel free to visit our program website at www.bigbeef.com. There are also links on the site for signing up for the It's All Happening program email list, and It's All Happening social media sites as well. You can find as well there. We're on Facebook and Instagram, as well as ways to share and contribute to the program. You can contact us directly by email at radio@bigbeef.com. There's lots more to come, so keep it tuned right here where
It's all happening.
Ici, non. Ceci termine le programme. Les Français parlent aux Français. Les forces alliées avancent partout. Courage et bonsoir.
Veuillez écouter maintenant des messages personnels. Message important pour la cigogne. Nous sommes sans nouvelles de la cigogne et voudrions qu'elle joue du piano le plus vite possible. Nous disons, message important pour la cigogne, nous sommes sans nouvelles de la cigogne et voudrions qu'elle joue du piano le plus vite possible. Clarisse a les yeux bleus. Nous disons, Clarisse a les yeux bleus. Message pour Jupiter. Nous disons, message...
Tante Amélie fait du vélo en short. Les girafes ne portent pas de cocotte. Il est temps de cueillir des tomates. Il n'y a plus de tabac dans la tabatière. J'aime les chats siamois. Les sanglots longs des violons de l'automne. Andromaque se parfume à la lavande. Je n'aime pas les crêpes Suzette. Clémentine.
Dance with a girl to the tune of a waltz that was written to be danced of the gun. In a glade through the trees, I saw my only one. Then the earth seemed to rise, hell hot as the sun. The soldiers were done, there was a tune to the song. The song was an old rebel one. As the smoke of our hopes rose high from the field, my eyes played tricks through the moon and the trees. I slept and as I dreamt, I saw the army rise. A voice began to call, stand till you fall. The tune was an old rebel one.
Grand-mère, mange nos bonbons, berce mon cœur d'une langueur monotone.
The price of liberty is something more than eternal vigilance. There must also be eternal advance. We can save the rights we have inherited from our fathers only by winning new ones to bequeath our children.
One, two, rock ahead, world. You know you got to put up a fight. Hey, world, you're rumble in the jungle tonight. Hey, world, keep bringing it the rest of your life. You got to put up a fight. You got to put up a fight. Hey, world, you know you got to put up a fight. Hey, world, you're rumble in the jungle tonight. Hey, world, you're running for the rest of your life. You got to put up a fight. You got to put up a fight. Boom, boom, there's a battle going on in this earth. Every day, work, school, death, and birth. There are 6 billion people on this earth. Can you tell me what every single life is worth? Take a sniff, look around and see history. My weapon and my method is no mystery. I didn't come here to chill, I came here to rock, to smash the empire with my boombox. You got to let go of remote control. 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 Hey world, you know you got to put up a fight. Hey world, you rumble in the jungle tonight. Hey world, keep bringing it the rest of your life. You got to put up a fight. You got to put up a fight. Hey world, you know you got to put up a fight. Hey world, you rumble in the jungle tonight. Hey world, keep bringing it the rest of your life. You got to put up a fight. You got to put up a fight. Hey world, you know you got to put up a fight. On a universal mission like a meteorite. Satellite laser beam with you in their sights. And with the Patriot Act, they took all your rights. Don't ever doubt the power of just one mind. Or the worldwide power of just one rhyme. Don't ever doubt the force of the bass line. Or a record going round to burn the house down. You got to let go of remote control. 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 Hey world, you know you got to put up a fight. Hey world, you rumble in the jungle tonight. Hey world, keep bringing it the rest of your life. You got to put up a fight. You got to put up a fight. Hey world, you know you got to put up a fight. Hey world, you rumble in the jungle tonight. Hey world, you running for the rest of your life. You got to put up a fight. You got to put up a fight. All rebel rockers. All rebel rockers. All rebel rockers. All rebel rockers. There's a bullet with your name. It's a sign of the times. It takes 999 criminal minds. You got to let go of remote control. You got to let go of remote control. Hey world, you know you got to put up a fight. Hey world, you rumble in the jungle tonight. Hey world, keep running for the rest of your life. You got to put up a fight. You got to put up a fight. Hey, you got to let go of remote control. 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 You got to let go of remote control.
media in the United States and the West tends to follow the dictates and biases of the governments that they live under.
See, they used to ask me, so how you guys think you're going to change the world, like some smart-ass newspaper reporter who wouldn't know tenderness from a can of beans.
Band on the run. Band on the run.
It's time for today's edition of Band on the Run, a feature segment of It's All Happening that spotlights music that has, at some point in time or for one reason or another, been publicly banned by the powers that claim to be, usually by declaring any airplay of the material verboten and purging it from radio playlists. Here we spotlight a song that is iconic, one of the more popular numbers by one of rock's most popular bands, whose single, released amidst the global civic turmoil of the time, one asking its listeners to take critical stock of establishment power and to challenge it, got it banned from most any American radio airplay, even after the record became one of the most sought after by the record-buying public. Its release on the heels of the U.S. Democratic Party convention in Chicago, where police had violently attacked demonstrators, only fueled the tension around the record, and radio stations' determined refusal to air it, fearing it would inspire more countercultural backlash against the ruling establishment and the war currently raging in Vietnam at the time. Stations declared the song subversive, to which Mick Jagger, the song's co-author, replied, "Of course it's subversive, but it's stupid to think you can start a revolution with a record. I wish you could." Here it is, and here they are, with their anthemic 1968 document of confrontation, one that feels a bit too disturbingly poignant and relevant to some of our own times today. This is the Rolling Stones with Street Fighting Man.
Not be defeated.
I'm tired of people killing each other. I'm tired of police hitting kids. I'm tired of it all.
We had to take action.
We know that at the present time, at least 55% of the American people are opposed to this war.
Water cannons hosing away now, and here come the rocks. Here come the pieces of paving stone that are being hurled through the air.
My people first deserve freedom, justice, and equality.
The riot is the language of the unheard. America has failed to hear that the plight of the Negro poor has worsened.
Is there likely to be any more behavior like yours on the podium of raising your fists in this salute? I would say you stick around and see.
Please do help our passive resistance. Don't forget Czechoslovakia.
You can't but help create your own establishment, and that's what we're doing. The only thing I've got against our establishment is that I don't like its rules, and so these are mine.
We will do anything at all to gain our freedom, gain our liberation for our people.
I think the country made a mistake when they killed Dr. King.
The people of Northern Ireland, particularly the young people, they are going to fight for civil rights, and we could blame them for doing so.
If you want to avoid confrontations, don't send policemen with us on demonstrations.
This is only the start. Rallies like this are happening all over the country.
We will fight tooth and nail until you can push off your oppressor. He will never give in.
The whole attitude of the general public is very patronizing towards homosexuals. And there's no reason for people to respect us until we do fight back.
first time a social revolution broke through, where we're not saying we want to change the institution. We're saying, cut me in on my share.
I'm not interested in violence at all, unless it's like as part of a serious movement, which has serious alternative plans. We've all got to try and change the world, because it's only us, that we can do it, But then it's a very slow job, but we can make our contribution. We all have to.
There were other people. Why should you be the only one involved?
But I am involved. We are all involved.
You can hear it in the street, see it in the dragging feet. The word is getting out about control. Spies ain't come and gone. The story travels on. The only quiet place inside your soul. From tree to tree, from you to me, traveling twice as fast as on any freeway. Every single dream wrapped up in the scheme. They all get carried on freely. Things are brewing, something's doing. There's a revolution. Tell me down a solution, yeah. Pass it on. Come on. Really?
Punk rock to me means looking through a situation and seeing what's really going on, not the smoke screen that's put up around most stories or news is kind of smoke screen. And to me, punk rock was always like trying to cut through that curtain and see what's really going on in that situation, if it's all you can.
Someone disapproves of what you say and do. I was asked to see what I could really learn you. Don't believe your eyes, you're telling only lies. What is done in the first place don't concern you. From tree to tree, from you to me, traveling twice as fast as on any freeway. Every single dream wrapped up in the scheme. They all get carried on the freeway. Things are brewing, something's doing. There's a revolution. Hand me down a solution, yeah. Pass it on. Pass it on. Pass it on. Hey, you. Pass it on.
Would Aaron have described this as suicide?
No, absolutely not.
Explain.
He didn't have thoughts of suicide. He had thoughts of justice. That's what this was about. It wasn't about his life. It was about using his life to send a message.
You're listening to It's All Happening, your weekly audiophonic antidote to the toxins of these interesting times. Produced by your friends at Big Beef Productions. Pass the word on about the program to your friends and compatriots by inviting them to visit bigbeef.com. Stay tuned, as there is much more to come, in this world where
It's all happening.
The Espionage Act has become a tool solely of political persecution. If you leak information to the New York Times to say, oh, the drone program's really great, they're not going to prosecute you. If you expose, like Daniel Ellsberg did, the Vietnam War, if you expose the Iraq War, like Chelsea Manning did, they're going to prosecute you under the Espionage Act. So we have this overly broad, overly vague, unenforceable, unconstitutional monstrosity, and it's allowed the government to have this tool to go after and silence its critics.
be courageous enough to take responsibility for who we are and to live our truth.
Johnny is a rebel and is looking for recruits. He's looking to come and join his army because he's fighting, yes, he's fighting for the truth. You don't need no guns, don't need no bombs, don't need no kind of weapon. This is a war for freedom, yeah. We've got to learn to fight all mankind's aggressions. Rebel, rebel, rebel. Oh yeah. Rebel, rebel, rebel. That's what they say. Rebel, rebel, rebel. Oh yeah. Rebel, rebel, rebel. That's what they say. Rebel, rebel, rebel. Oh yeah. Rebel, rebel, rebel. That's what they say. Rebel, rebel, rebel. Oh yeah. Rebel, rebel, rebel. That's what they say.
Scum? Nothing is so terrible as a pretentious movie. I mean, a movie that aspires for something really terrific and doesn't pull it off is it's scum. And everyone will walk on it as such. And that's why poor filmmakers, in a way, that's their greatest horror, is to be pretentious. So here you are, on one hand, is trying to aspire to really do something. On the other hand, you're not allowed to be pretentious. And finally you say, hey, I don't care if I'm pretentious or not pretentious, or if I've done it or I haven't done it. All I know is that I am going to see this movie. And that for me, it has to have some answers. And by answers, I don't mean just a punchline. Answers on about 47 different levels. And it's very hard to talk about these things without being very corny. You use a word like self-purgation or epiphany, they think you're either a religious weirdo or an college professor. But those are the words for the process, this transmutation, this renaissance, this rebirth, which is the basis of all life.
Can't you see the soldiers? I see them marching. I see 10 soldiers, I hear them coming. We're finally on out. This summer I hear the drumming. We're dead in Ohio. We're marching in Compton. We're marching in Oakland. We're marching in Ferguson. We're marching in Flint.
I stay training, never know when the drama coming. Like a soldier up early in the morning running. PT stay sharp on my calisthenics. No weed smoke, clean mind and a clear spirit. All for peace, but I keep a peace close near me. It's real life, homie, not a conspiracy theory. Shots fired, police getting away with it. Even when the camera dead on, so you know they did it. It's not war till we fight back, it's just slaughter. Time to lace up the boots and walk like warriors. In our homes, in our streets, in our neighborhoods. Can't wait till Marines in your neighborhood. We need a people army on deck across cultures. Guerrilla soldiers calling all levels, all focus. Pick your target in your battles, we don't need martyrs. We need a squad of the bravest and smartest and hardest.
10 soldiers, I hear them coming. We're finally on out. This summer I hear the drumming. We're dead in Ohio.
We're marching in Memphis. We're marching in Selma. We're marching in Chicago. We're marching in Watts.
Born in with a battle cry. Peace of mind been demolished. Since I emerged bloody from out of the amniotic violence, I get my environment and I'm the product. Got the blood of freedom fighters flowing deep in my carotid. I'm fatigued for my media feed, RIPs on IG, so I'm camouflaging how I grieve. My heart beating, I'm on a minute on my sleeve. I'm trapped between anguish and anger like wild creatures. Daddy told me either you fight or you die speechless. That's why I bring the spirit of Ali through my speakers. Power works to people like trees and small cleavers. So we ball a fist and keep chopping till we see justice. They try to silence the movement before it started, but it's a million voices screaming through an epiglottis. From the students of Soweto to the ghettos and the projects, we gon' keep pushing the needle till we progress. We need some soldiers.
We're finally on out. This summer I hear the drumming. We're dead in Ohio.
We're marching New Orleans. We're marching DC. We're marching Charlottesville. We're marching in New York City. We're marching. We marching in Watts. We marching Compton, DC, Oakland. ATL, I see you. We marching in Milwaukee, Ferguson, Flint, New Orleans, Grand Rapids, New York City, Selma. Can't forget Tuskegee, Charlottesville.
Kent State, late 60s. Fueled by hate. This ain't no Malcolm versus Martin debate. Who can relate when the brothers get lynched?
I really found myself questioning a lot of my assignments, a lot of things that I've participated in. I've really found myself questioning what was the truth behind those missions and were those people actually guilty of something? Yeah, it's weighing heavy, and I think a lot of veterans are actually starting to contemplate that.
Some vets would immediately go with new information, realize, oh crap, this is what's actually going on, and a lot of them will be very resistant. And it's because it requires a look in the mirror. The second you start looking into that, now you're looking at yourself in the mirror, now you're looking at history. And for a lot of us, our former identity is very, very tied up in what we did.
Look at you. You take a look in the mirror. Now tell me what you see. Another satisfied customer on the front of the line for the American dream. I remember we was both out on the boulevard talking revolution and singing the blues. Nowadays it's led us to the editor, and cheating on the taxes is the best that we can do. Come on. Down on Wall Street, sharpening the scalpels and trying to cut a deal. Meanwhile, back at the hospital, got accountants playing God and counting out the pills. Everybody's gotta die sometime. Now we can't save everybody. It's the best that we can do.
Our greatest democratic poet, Walt Whitman, said, "There must be continual additions to our great experiment of how much liberty society will bear."
For a score and 150 years ago, our forefathers made us equal as long as we can pay. Yeah, maybe that wasn't exactly what they was thinking. Version 6.0 of the American way. But hey, we can just build a great wall around the country club to keep the riffraff out until the slump is through. Yeah, I realize they ain't exactly democratic, but it's either them or us, and it's the best we can do.
We have subordinated the public good to corporate priorities and private greed. And we have seen our industries decline, our infrastructures collapse, and our environment go haywire. We have subjected ourselves to ever-widening inequalities and intensifying insecurities. And we have watched the middle class erode, politics and public life decay, and democracy surrender to plutocracy. We have denied our own democratic impulses and yearnings, and we have witnessed direct, devastating, and too often deadly assaults on the rights of workers, women, and people of color. But perhaps worst of all, we seem to have forgotten who we are, and it has made us fearful, as if we were deer caught in headlights, the headlights of history. Well, enough of that. It is time we started remembering. But we need to do more than remember. We also need to act. We need to act both courageously and determinedly. It is time for you to act as generations of Americans did in the 1770s, the 1860s, and the 1930s and 1940s, not to mention the 1960s. What did those generations do? They rejected fear. They gave real historical meaning, indeed historic and transcendent meaning, to our finest ideals and aspirations. To Thomas Paine's argument in his revolutionary pamphlet, Common Sense, that we have it in our power to begin the world over again. To Thomas Jefferson's phrases in the Declaration that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. To the founders' words in the preamble to the U.S. Constitution, we, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union. To Abraham Lincoln's lines at Gettysburg in 1863, proclaiming a new birth of freedom and insisting upon a government of the people, by the people, for the people. To Franklin Roosevelt's call in 1941 to create a nation and a world marked by 4 fundamental freedoms: freedom of speech and expression, freedom of worship, freedom from want, freedom from fear. And to Martin Luther King Jr.'s pronouncement on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in 1963, I have a dream. Yes, they were terribly flawed generations. Nonetheless, for all of their faults and failings, for all of the tragedy and irony that marked their lives, for all of the exploitation and oppression that they failed to bring to an end. Each of those generations, in all of their marvelous American diversity, found it in themselves to rise up, to deal head-on with the daunting challenges they faced, and to make the United States stronger and richer than ever before. But that's just the half of it. The most amazing thing about those generations, the thing that made each of them great, the thing that has made America truly exceptional, the thing which we sadly have forgotten, or which we have been led to forget, is that they actually succeeded in doing all of that, not by giving up or suspending their finest ideals and aspirations, but by harnessing the powers of democratic government and making America freer, more equal, and more democratic than ever before.
Whether he is wealthy or poor, the rebel is really an emperor, because he has broken the chains of society's repressive conditioning and opinions. His very way of being is rebellious, not because he's fighting against anybody or anything, but because he has discovered his own true nature and is determined to live in accordance with it.
The revolution is coming, and you better get ready.
You've been listening to It's All Happening, your weekly audiophonic journey into our world through music. I'm Andy Valeri, your producer and host, thanking you for tuning in and making It's All Happening part of the soundtrack of your day. It's All Happening is here every week via this radio or internet platform you're listening to this on at the moment. More information about which, including playlists and links to the information heard on the program, are available on our website at www.bigbeef.com. You're invited to sign up for the It's All Happening mailing list as well to receive updates on new editions of the program, as well as other exclusive material being created and distributed through this program. You can also contact us by email at radio@bigbeef.com. We're also available through various social media platforms as well, including Facebook and Instagram. Special thanks to all the radio stations who deliver It's All Happening to you over your public airwaves, and to everyone who has been supporting the program, as well as helping share word about it, sharing and likes, sharing over social media, and emails and comments. We really appreciate that. So tune in again next week, or right now if you want to listen to other episodes online, for more of your audiophonic response to some of the problematic conditions of a commoditized, late-stage capitalist world. A world in which
It's all happening.
Your rage is like a fist in my womb. Can't you forgive what you think I've done? And love me, I'm your woman, and I desire you, my hard Englishman. And there is no more natural thing, so why should I not get loving? Don't be cold, Englishman. How come you've never said you love me in all the time you've known me? How come you never say you're sorry? And I do. Please talk to me, Englishman. What good will shutting me out get done? Meanwhile, crazies are killing our sons. Oh, listen, Englishman, I've
Now I am calling your heart to my own. Oh, let glorious love be done. Be truthful, Englishman. How come you've never said you love me? In all the time you've known me, how come you never say you're sorry? And I do. I do.
The preceding program has been a presentation of Strategic Air Command, a proud subsidiary of Big Beef Productions.
So you think you schmucks can change the world, they'd say to us. They said it so often that you began to believe them, which is fatal.